Did you know that drinking too much water can kill you? Water intoxication is defined by a fatal disturbance in brain function that is the result of a disbalance of electrolytes caused by excessive water intake. Frequent and excessive training without adequate rest can often lead to a state of overtraining, which is characterized by a decreased future performance instead of an increase. It can also lead to fatigue, agitation, moodiness, insomnia, chronic injuries, and many more detrimental symptoms. It is well known that overdosing medication can lead to negative effects and that it can have lethal consequences. Paracelsus, often called the father of toxicology, is attributed to saying the following words: "All things are poison, and nothing is without poison. The dosage alone makes it so a thing is not a poison." Many people never consider their breathing a problem when it comes to health and fitness. After all, they argue, it is an autonomic function of our body and happens naturally and without mistakes. Truth is, most people nowadays chronically overbreathe on a day-to-day basis. Too much oxygen can have similar effects as toxins. How does oxygen kill you? The same way that metal rusts and a half-eaten apple turns brown, by a process termed oxidation.
How could anyone make a word out of these lousy letters? Oh wait, here's a good one. Do.
Oxygen is vital for life, just like water and food. Without it, severe brain damage may follow in as little as 3 minutes. It is the same problem with almost everything in life. Too much or too little is of detrimental consequences, and we have to find the sweet spot if we want to live a long and healthy life. Thankfully, Mother Nature has us equipped with phenomenal ways of becoming as healthy as possible in an easy way, as long as we follow her guidelines. The problem isn't even oxygen or breathing per se, it's that we lost touch with the innate and natural way of breathing that was given to us. Do you snore during the night or wake up with a dry mouth? Do you habitually breathe through your mouth? Can you visibly see your chest moving and audibly notice your breath during rest? Do you suffer of nasal congestion, fatigue, or dizziness? All those may be indicators of poor breathing habits and can mean the difference between a healthy and vibrant life and an ill and feeble one. Here is the paradox. The amount of oxygen your body can use is not entirely dependent on the amount of oxygen in your blood. It's actually the amount of carbon dioxide, or CO2, in your system. Often termed a waste gas, people don't seem to realize its utmost importance for our well-being. While chronically overbreathing, our body exhales too much carbon dioxide, leaving our body literally gasping for oxygen. CO2 is the doorway that lets oxygen reach our tissues. If the door is only partially open, only some of the oxygen can pass and be used. This is the so-called Bohr effect, named after Christian Bohr, the father of the Nobel Prize-winning physicist Niels Bohr. In layman terms, the more CO2 in your system, the easier it is for hemoglobin, this is the oxygen carrier in your blood, to release their oxygen where it is needed. It may sound too good to be true, but proper breathing can even aid in fat loss or make it happen without any other changes in diet. Breathing properly will kickstart your oxygen levels in your blood and will cause your body to process food more efficiently and naturally suppress your appetite. Also, once you notice that you aren't gasping for air anymore while walking up the stairs, the natural next step is finding your running shoes and going for a jog, because now it doesn't feel like an agony anymore. Is there a way to know you are chronically overbreathing even without feeling any ill effects yet? Yes, the body oxygen level test, in short, BOLT. To test yourself, gently exhale through your nose and pinch it with your fingers. After a short while, carbon dioxide accumulates in the blood, and the receptors in the brain signal the breathing muscles to resume breathing to get rid of the excess. This manifests in contractions in the muscles of your neck and stomach, and need to swallow along with an urge to take in air.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Overbreathing for even just a period of days removes more CO2 than is necessary, increasing the sensitivity of the brain's receptors, which will lead to the need of air faster if there is any shortage. Measure the length of time you can comfortably hold your breath. Be sure to be at rest and relaxed when making this test. It will be our tool of choice for determining your future progress regarding proper breathing. A common BOLT score for an individual who is exercising regularly will be 20 seconds. The ideal BOLT score for a healthy individual is 40 seconds and should be your main goal to achieve. Most people will have trouble going over 10 seconds in the beginning, and some will be struggling with just a couple of seconds. To have a higher BOLT score can enhance your life dramatically, and here is what you should remember if you want to increase your BOLT score in the future. Noses are for breathing, mouths are for eating. Make sure to breathe through your nose at all times. There is a reason this chunky thing rests there in the middle of your face. In the great book The Oxygen Advantage, the author Patrick McKeown writes, in his 19th century travels in North America, the artist George Catlin noticed that the Native American mothers paid a lot of attention to their infant's breathing. If at any time the baby opened its mouth to breathe, the mother would gently press the baby's lips together to ensure continued nasal breathing. Nasal breathing warms and humidifies the incoming air, and it removes a significant number of germs and bacteria from it. The nose is also a reservoir for nitric oxide, an essential gas for maintenance of gut health. For now, just make sure to use your nose for breathing at all times. It's designed for this purpose. The well-known Qigong and Tai Chi master Chris Pei explains breathing this way. There are 3 levels of breathing. The first one is to breathe softly, so that the person next to you can't hear you. The second one is to breathe softly, so that you do not hear you breathing. And the third is to breathe softly, so that you do not feel yourself breathing. True health and inner peace appear when breathing is effortless, quiet, soft, through the nose, abdominal, rhythmic, and gently paused on the exhale. Use abdominal breathing and stay away from upper chest breathing. Your breathing will naturally be deep when slowly inhaling through your nose and into your belly. Exercise while creating an artificial air shortage to increase your tolerance. Try holding your breath while walking or while exercising. While walking, gently exhale through your nose and hold your breath for as long as it is comfortable. Count the steps you are able to take before you have to breathe again. You will notice that your step count will increase with time and the more you use this technique. Make sure to repeat this kind of training a couple of times a day. If you gasp for air after doing this exercise, you can be sure that you are overdoing it. Don't use sheer willpower to increase the step count. Pay attention to your body, and when you achieve a reasonable amount of discomfort, you will naturally walk more steps without air coming into your system as time passes. When it comes to exercising, make sure to breathe through your nose. Often this is enough of an air shortage to train your system adequately, if the given intensity is high enough, that is. You sure can incorporate breath holds while jogging or using a jump rope or any other similar activity. Just make sure to not overdo it and to have a BOLT score of at least 25 seconds. If you feel lightheaded, stop what you are doing and slow down the intensity. This is a general rule when doing breath holding techniques. Do it only as long as you are feeling comfortable. By using those steps, you will notice a progression in your BOLT score after a couple of days. Use the BOLT test to retest your current state every day after waking up in the beginning. Later, use it once or twice a week, as your progress will naturally start to slow down. It will take some time, typically a few months, to reach a score of 40 or above. And by all means, after achieving this goal, aim for a score of 50 or even 60 seconds if you are healthy and feel like improving even more. Thank you for watching, and like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel. Peace!